Section 1. Introduction, the hook and welcome, approximately 400 words. He didn't hesitate. There was no time to think. No time to ask questions. No time to wonder how it might look. 1 second, everything was normal. The next second, a child's life was hanging by a thread. And in that moment, one man ran forward while everyone else froze. But what happened after the rescue is what shocked everyone. Welcome to Black and White Stories Hub, a place where we share powerful stories that challenge assumptions, spark conversations, and reveal the uncomfortable truths hiding beneath everyday moments. If this is your first time visiting Black and White Stories Hub, do you enjoy emotional, cinematic stories that make you think long after the video ends? If yes, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because stories like this deserve to be heard. Today's story begins with an act of pure humanity. A man sees a child in danger. He steps in. He saves her life. But instead of applause, instead of gratitude, something else happens. This story matters because it forces us to ask difficult questions. How quickly do we judge? How much do appearances shape our reactions? And what happens when good intentions collide with fear, misunderstanding, and assumptions? This isn't just a story about one moment in time. It's about perception. It's about trust. And it's about how thin the line can be between hero and suspect, depending on who's watching. Stay with us until the end, because what unfolds next will challenge the way you see people, and perhaps even yourself. Section 2. Setting the scene, approximately 450 words. It was an ordinary afternoon, the kind of day people forget almost as soon as it passes. The sun hung comfortably in the sky, not too harsh, not too gentle. A soft breeze moved through the neighborhood park, carrying the distant sounds of traffic, laughter, and life going on as usual. Parents sat on benches, scrolling through their phones. Joggers passed by with headphones in. Children ran freely, their laughter bouncing across the open space. Among them was a man walking alone along the edge of the park. He wasn't doing anything unusual. No hurried steps, no suspicious glances. Just a calm walk, hands relaxed, mind somewhere else. He blended into the background, just another person moving through the day. Nearby, a small child played close to the path. She couldn't have been more than a few years old. Bright shoes, curious eyes, too young to understand how quickly danger can appear. Her guardian stood only a short distance away, distracted for just a moment. The kind of moment that feels harmless, until it isn't. Everything felt normal. Too normal, because danger rarely announces itself. It slips in quietly, hiding behind routine, waiting for the exact second no one is looking. And that second was about to arrive. Section 3. The child in rising tension, approximately 500 words. The child wandered a few steps farther than she should have, not far enough to alarm anyone, yet. She paused near the edge of the path, watching something that caught her attention. Maybe a bird, maybe a sound, maybe nothing at all. That's when the shift happened. A sound changed. A movement felt wrong. Time slowed in that strange way it does when something isn't right, but your brain hasn't fully caught up yet. The man noticed it first. His eyes locked onto the child, then beyond her. His posture changed, subtle but immediate. Others noticed too, but hesitation crept in. People looked around, unsure. Someone stood up. Someone else froze. The child took another step, still smiling, still unaware. The danger wasn't dramatic. No explosion, no chaos, just a situation quietly turning serious. The man didn't wait. He didn't shout. He didn't look around for permission. Something deep inside him made the decision before his mind could, and he moved. Section 4. The rescue, approximately 550 words. He ran, not thinking about who was watching, not thinking about how it might look, only thinking about one thing: the child. His footsteps hit the ground fast and hard. Someone gasped, someone shouted her name, and in one swift, decisive motion, he reached her. He pulled her out of harm's way just in time. The moment passed in a blur. 1 second, danger. The next, safety. The child was startled but unharmed, confused but alive. Silence followed, the kind of silence that feels heavier than noise. The man knelt slightly, making sure she was okay, his breathing still heavy from the sprint. He didn't touch her longer than necessary, didn't say much, just enough to calm her. Relief washed through him. This was the part where people usually exhale, where fear turns into gratitude. But something felt off. He stood slowly. Eyes were on him. Not the warm kind, not the thankful kind. The silence stretched. Section 5. What happened next? Approximately 500 words. The guardian rushed over, grabbing the child tightly. Her voice shook, but not with relief. Questions filled the air. What happened? Why did you grab her? Who are you? The man tried to explain. He spoke calmly, carefully, but his words didn't land the way he expected. People whispered. Glances passed between strangers. Phones came out. The energy shifted. Moments ago, he had been the reason a child was safe. Now, uncertainty clouded everything. No one asked how fast he reacted. No one mentioned the danger he stopped. The focus had moved, sharply, suddenly, and he felt it, that sinking realization that something had gone terribly wrong. Section 6. Escalation and inner conflict, approximately 500 words. His heart raced again, not from running this time, from confusion, from disbelief. He replayed the moment in his head, again and again. Did I do something wrong? He stayed where he was, didn't try to leave, didn't raise his voice. But fear crept in. Not fear of guilt, but fear of being misunderstood. Around him, conversations grew louder, opinions formed instantly, stories changed with every retelling. What had been a rescue minutes ago now felt like something else entirely. He stood still, caught between knowing he did the right thing and realizing that sometimes knowing isn't enough. Section 7. Community reaction, approximately 450 words. Some people spoke up. They had seen everything. They knew what happened. Others weren't sure. And uncertainty is powerful. It fills gaps with assumptions. The crowd split, not physically, but emotionally. Two versions of the same moment existed at once, and which one people believed depended on more than facts. Section 8. The lesson, approximately 350 words. This is where the story stops being about one man and becomes about all of us. How often do we judge before we understand? How quickly do we let fear override reason? The truth is, moments like these reveal more about society than individuals. They expose the quiet biases we don't always notice, until they surface in situations that matter most. The child was safe. That part was undeniable. But the cost of doing the right thing shouldn't be doubt, suspicion, or silence. Stories like this remind us that empathy isn't passive. It requires courage, not just to act, but to see clearly. Section 9. Conclusion and call to action, approximately 300 words. Sometimes, the most shocking part of a story isn't the danger. It's the reaction afterward. It's how fast gratitude can turn into suspicion. How quickly a hero can become a question mark. This story doesn't ask you to choose sides. It asks you to pause, to reflect, to consider how easily moments can be misunderstood and how powerful understanding can be. If this story made you think, then it has done its job. If it made you uncomfortable, that's okay too, because growth often begins there. If you enjoyed this story and want more thought-provoking content like this, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Black and White Stories Hub. And most importantly, comment below. What would you have done in that moment? This is Black and White Stories Hub, where every story has more than one side. End.